Now, I know you tuned in to watch a source unit category episode. Well, we're going to do that, but we're going to color a little bit outside the lines because our guest brand today is ZZ2, the OEM integration specialist. And boy, do they have some new items to discover within this category. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about ZZ2. And it starts now. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and you are tuned in to CMA Networks, where we talk mobile electronics day in and day out. On the menu today is a unique brand, ZZ2, who came onto the scene just a few short years ago with unique CarPlay and Android Auto solutions. Well, since then, they have certainly evolved and added a tremendous amount of items to their catalog. And today we're going to be treated with some new goodies that you need to know about. Joining us is their Vice President, Tiago Sperandio. Tiago, welcome again back to Connected. What are we going to be talking about on today's show?
Hey, Ben, thank you for having me one more time here. And today we're going to be talking about a few different products. We have the CarPlay for Tesla. We have the DIZZPLAY screen replacement for BMW. We also have the Easy2Power. This is different. This is a category, a brand new category for EV vehicles. And we also going to be talking about the ZZPLAY for McLaren and Ferraris.
Wow, that seems like a lot to cover, but we're going to absolutely dig into it all. First, though, a quick message from our partner, SiriusXM, reminding you why it's always an excellent add-on sale. And when we come back, we're talking ZZ2. Don't you dare go away.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door. And then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
Hey, Tiago, so happy to have you on the show today. Welcome back. I wasn't kidding when I said that I remember when ZZ2 started and you guys had like one product, right? It was like, just how do you get Apple CarPlay, wireless CarPlay into cars? You have expanded so much. Talk to us a little bit about this rapid growth of ZZ2 in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, Ben, you're right. Since 2019, we expand a lot. We started as a specialist company on the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integration. Now we are doing screen replacements. We are attacking in different parts of the market. There's no players around. So we're doing very good. 6 years in, a lot to talk about it.
Absolutely. And it seems like every time you come on the show, it's always something new, whether it's a new application or it's even a new category. Some of the products that we're talking about, it's actually new category, which is incredibly exciting. But I also want to point out for those listeners tuning in, ZZ2 is based out of Florida, but you're an international company with fast expansion in international markets, aren't you?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, ZZ2 started in Brazil a few years ago. We are covering the whole South America. Now we established the headquarters here, moved actually to Florida a couple of years ago, and we covered the whole North America now. And we are in the process of expansion. We are opening up our office in Europe with a headquarters in Lisbon, in Portugal, which will cover the whole Europe and UK.
That is amazing. All right. Well, those are the updates for you guys. Now we're going to go into what you really tuned in for, which is some of these cool, innovative new products, in your words, starting with Tesla. So let's set the frame here. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, ZZ2 originally did have a product for Tesla when it came to CarPlay and Android Auto, did it not?
That is correct. We used to have a piece that was a USB-based device that used to hotspot the car, and the customers, they were losing connection with the app. And then we just decided to go, a pro style here and fully integrate into those Tesla's vehicle. And finally, we have a new hardware which will be fully integrated to the Tesla car, plug and play at the MCU, and it will give you the greatest solution for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
All right. Well, I like to hear more about it. But so this is not the old one. This is replacing the old version with the new and improved. Tiago, why don't you talk to us about the new Tesla unit from ZZ2?
So the new Tesla piece, it calls ZZTSL. It's a plug-and-play solution at the MCU. The MCU is located usually behind the glove compartment. And again, it's fully plug-and-play. We created actually an icon that goes on the very bottom of the screen. It looks like factory solution. So once you have the phone paired to it, it will light up CarPlay or Android Auto. It depends on your phone. As soon as you tap it, you will have CarPlay or Android Auto on the right side of the screen. You don't lose any safety features. You have all the information from the car on the left side of the screen. If you turn the side blinkers on, side cameras will pop up. But the nice part about it, and everybody's asking, since we decided to do the Pro version of the CarPlay for Tesla, is you do have an option inside settings that you can take the whole screen. So that will give you a full screen CarPlay. You can choose whatever app you use to navigate. You have all the basic informations, the miles per hour, the range of the battery. Everything is right there on top of the screen. It's a very nice solution. This is something that everybody's asking. A lot of Tesla communities are asking for this solution for years, especially those guys that used to drive a car with CarPlay. Now they decided to go to Tesla, and they don't have CarPlay, and they were upset because they were used to a certain system. Now you have the opportunity to upgrade your Tesla and get whatever feature you want. Most of your favorite apps will be right on the screen.
All right. First thing, Tiago, is I need to point out how much of a game changer this new product is, because I didn't know this, and I learned this from you. Tesla doesn't play like all the other manufacturers. They kind of have their own ecosystem software, and that's why there hasn't really been a solution. And I guess that's also why the original first generation also wasn't, completely seamless. Now, though, this is a real seamless solution. Dude, I think this is just going to go honestly, like hotcakes.
Exactly. Everybody thought it was impossible because Tesla is a technology company. They said, no, it's impossible to do CarPlay. It's impossible to touch those factory systems. And we did. So now we have it.
I'll tell you, hats off to the engineering team at ZZ2 for that one. All right, moving along, another exciting, this is almost a new category, right? We're talking source units because, when you think of source units these days, you're thinking about big screens. But there are cars out there in premium brands that honestly under-deliver on the expectation from a customer. Like, you're spending all this money on like a higher end car. I think we're going to use BMW as a first example here. And you're getting this teeny tiny screen. So this new display category, I want you to explain what that is and what that's all about.
You're right, Ben. This is a brand new category for us. Most of people talk about screen replacements for Ford F-150s, Silverados, and we decided to go to a different route. We decided to attack those high-end cars. People like to keep those cars for a long time. So we're talking about BMWs from 2004 all the way up to 2017 for now. With the old system, they have the 6.5-inch screen here, which doesn't have all the features that they want. So now they do have the opportunity to upgrade to a 10.25 touchscreen commands, fully integrated with the iDrive knob. You retain your factory microphone, you retain your factory Bluetooth. And for those cars that they don't have backup camera, because we're talking about 2004 to 2012 vehicles, now this display also offers a backup camera input and a front camera input as well.
Man, I gotta say, that not only looks absolutely modern, but it looks like it came with the vehicle. It's so seamless, the integration, the style of it all. Let's talk a little bit about the installation side of things. How hard is this to get in? What do we need to know? And what comes with the kit?
So the installation is much simpler than the ZZPlay, the integration module that we used to have, and we still have it. So every single kit comes with a bracket. So this bracket is specific for the year and the model of your car. It comes with this, with the screen. And again, it comes with all the harness that you need for the installation. It's all plug and play behind the radio and the video cable. You use the factory video cable. It's simpler, faster, and it will give a much better look in your car. So you asked me about the installation, Ben. So this is what comes in the box. Is the touchscreen, like I mentioned before, which is displaying here on our module. Comes the bracket. Every single kit comes with a bracket specific for that year and model. And this is the plug and play T-harness behind the radio that goes to the screen. And we also have the USB that you can do wired CarPlay, or if you want to do entertainment, you can use one of their ZZR products in our family. But that's pretty much it. Much simpler. You don't have to look for a space to mount the modules. Everything is built into the screen.
Now, Tiago, obviously, congratulations. This is really innovative. And again, just like the previous Tesla solution, I think BMW guys are just going to, and girls are just going to lose their mind when they realize what they can do to upgrade their screen and have the functionality. I guess the real question I have for you is there any other applications, like other brands that might be coming down the pipe?
Yes, that's a good question. Everybody's asking what's next. So we are working on Audis and Mercedes as well. So same thing as BMW, they all come with specific brackets for the year and model of the cars. Everything's going to be plug and play, and we're going to keep the factory microphone and factory Bluetooth for audio completely.
Amazing. Just the way you guys figure that all out, hats off to the engineering team for sure. Okay, next item in our presentation today. Now, this one, I don't even know what it is, so I'm going to look forward for you to explain this. It's called EZ2Power. So, Tiago, what is this all about?
Yeah, Ben, this is a brand new category for us. It's EZ2Power. So it's actually the first category dedicated to electric vehicles. And most of people, they think like electric vehicles, but yes, that's going to be the future, and we are already prepared for the future. So basically, we have a full line of extension cords. So maybe you have your charger on the back of your garage, and you have your car in the driveway, and now you need the extension to reach to your truck or your car to charge it. We do provide extensions from like Tesla to Type 1 to Tesla, which are the most popular. And we also have a line of adapters. So if you have like a Chevy Silverado EV and you are traveling, you are running out of battery, you just stop at the Tesla supercharger, get one of the EZ2Power, plug it in, and you're good to go.
God, Tiago, you are coming on to Connected today with banger after banger. Let me tell you something. You're the first one to come on to CMA and even offer this category of product. Man, you guys, okay, look, first of all, that I know it's just an extension cable, but this is exactly what I am looking for, because you're right. My charger is in the back of my garage, and I don't always want to put my car in the garage, and I don't know how to extend that. That is the perfect solution. Beyond that, I always hated the fact that my electric vehicle couldn't use those nice Tesla chargers at the gas station wherever I'm traveling. So are you telling me those are the adapters that I could bring with me, connected to that Tesla charger, and put it into my regular EV? Is that what that is?
Yep, you're right, Ben. So basically, we have a line of extension cables from Tesla to Type 1 adapter, and from Type 1 to Tesla. In case your first car is one of the Type 1 connectors and you buy a Tesla later on, you can also extend that cable so you can charge on your driveway. And again, if you're in a long road trip, I think everybody's is scared of driving a long distance with electric vehicles because they don't know where to charge or where to park. If they're going to have a charger, Tesla is everywhere. So now if you have a Chevy, a Volvo, or any other vehicle, the Type 1 connector, you can get one of the EZ2Power adapters, plug the Tesla supercharger here, and plug into the car. And then we're gonna have you're gonna start charging your car.
Amazing. So I have to ask, what is the cylinder that you're holding in your hands?
Yeah, so this is actually, I have to give a big applause to our marketing team. So this is a case for our adapters.
Oh,
so
okay.
Basically, it is the EZ2Power brand right there. It's a perfect fit. This is a level 2 charger. So if you're at home, you have a regular, Tesla, and you need to charge your truck. So now you have a Tesla to Type 1 connector, so you can power, you can charge your truck at your house.
So an amazing accessory to have in the vehicle. You don't have to worry. You're always going to find a Tesla charging station, and boom, pull that out, and solved. Amazing, man.
Right.
Like I said, banger after banger, Tiago, banger after banger. Okay, the last item on today's conversation, we talked about the Tesla solution, we talked about the display, and now you're showing us the EZ2Power solutions. There's also an update, and you guys do applications that nobody else does here. Classic ZZPlay. What's the news for the new ZZPlay?
So Ben, we are expanding our compatibility with the ZZPlay unit. So now we're going to be covering like all the sports, the supercars, McLaren, Ferraris. So those are the new products that we're coming up. We're going to be covering the 458, the 488, the McLaren 570, and much more.
You know, it still boggles my mind today, Tiago, that you spend that kind of money on a Ferrari or a McLaren and it doesn't have the technology that everybody's looking for. Is that nuts or what?
Right. So I believe, Ben, when you buy a Ferrari or a McLaren or one of those supercars, they're more focused on performance more than technology. But at some point, everybody got a smartphone nowadays. You're driving, you don't want to reach out to your phone. You can get a ticket. So now we're coming up with this fully, integration to the OEM system, which will give you the most apps and it will give you everything that you're looking for on a commute or even on the weekends when you're driving your fancy car.
All right. Well, I don't have that problem, but I'm sure there are customers out there that have that fancy car problem. All right, wrap it up for us, Tiago. We talked about the Tesla, the display, the easy to power, and the ZZPlay application for McLaren Ferrari. What are the timelines and availability on some of this stuff?
So the ZZTSL, the CarPlay Android Auto for Tesla Model Y and Model 3 is available now. The display screen replacement for BMW is also available, ready to be shipped. And McLaren and Ferrari is also available. And the easy to power, actually, we're just waiting for some parts to arrive. Our packaging, our marketing team is working very hard, but that will be ready by the end of August.
And that was Vice President of ZZ2, Tiago Sperandio, joining us, dropping bombs with all these new category of products. Man, I hope you got a lot out of this one. I sure did. I love seeing companies innovate. If you're interested in finding out more details, make sure you head on over to the website, ZZ2.com. My takeaway from this is I am always impressed with this company. This company is continuously pushing the envelope with solutions, with technology, with innovation, and coming up with the stuff that people are actually looking for. Case in point, Tesla. Case in point again, the electric vehicle stuff. At the end of the day, as a shop, you need to provide solutions for the customers that are coming into your shop. To do so, I would recommend hook up with ZZ2, find out what they can offer you as far as a selection of solutions. And I'll tell you, making a customer happy with the right solution for their vehicle is what this business is all about. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.